Hello and welcome to Viewpoint on Oweleke TV. I am Antonia Wonkolo. Viewpoint is the show where we discuss trending issues, trending topics, and give our unbiased opinion. Of course, I'm not alone in the studio. I have Ramsey Enoch with me in the studio today and Christopher Sunday. Thank you very much for being around for the discussion. So the topic we're going to talk about today, Ramsey and Christopher. Should wives... So let's play out a scenario. A husband and a wife. And the husband's mother, they are going out. And the husband is the one driving. Who should sit in the front seat? The wife or the mother of the man of the house? Who should sit in the front seat? Ramsey, go first.
Well, for me, I think for everything, there is a courtesy. Okay? We are meant originally... If I'm marrying a woman, okay, the moment I get married to that woman, the woman becomes my wife. The mother becomes my mother. And the place of my wife is the place of my wife. The place of my mother is the place of my mother. For me, my wife would have to sit in front of the car with me while my mother sits at the owner's corner.
Okay.
This is it. Under normal circumstances, any mother-in-law who is at least I wouldn't want to use the word good enough, but any mother-in-law who actually know what is right and have respect for the son and for the wife would not do what if somebody else do to her and her husband.
Okay, like does to her and
her
husband.
Yes,
okay.
Like maybe I won't do to you what I wouldn't want you to do to me and my husband.
Okay.
You understand? So she should know that, well, the wife should sit in front, except in an exceptional case. Like maybe, for instance, she's carrying a baby, and because of the airbag, she's not supposed to sit in front.
Okay, that is the wife is carrying a baby.
The wife is carrying a baby. And maybe it's a baby that the mother-in-law cannot carry, or for a particular reason, maybe because the baby needs to be breastfed.
Okay.
But under normal circumstances, the mother-in-law should be excited, even carrying the baby at the back of the car. Understand? But except for that, if she is carrying a baby, or she know that from time to time I'm going to be breastfeeding this baby, and that will not be done comfortably in front, she can sit at the back while the mother sit in front. But I know that wherever you sit in a car, you get to your destination. Except for Igberaga, some people that have
people that have excess pride.
Yes.
Christopher, do you share the same thoughts as Ramsey?
I actually don't know where this is coming from in our society. I think it is a social factor.
Okay.
Unfortunately, people are not handling it well. But again, let me ask you a question. If the mother-in-law to the wife happens to leave the room first and then sat in front of the car, would she ask the mother-in-law to leave the front?
Now, the main bone of contention here is what's so special about the front
seats?
What's so special about the front seats?
We cannot cut out our social life, but again, everybody comes into social life with his or her own kind of mentality. There are some mothers that never imagined such lifestyle while they were growing, maybe because
having the luxury
exactly having it. Now, over time, you know the influence of home videos, movies, and then they sit down to imagine. Probably the husband is no longer alive, and so she's imagining, this is beautiful. Hey, but now my husband is no longer there.
What if the husband is done? He doesn't have a car.
Well, that's another angle.
Yes.
What if he doesn't have a car? Now she will be imagining, my husband doesn't have a car, or my husband is no longer here. Well, if I have a son, if God blesses him and he owns a car, I will be sitting in front of the car. People can take such imagination into reality to the extent that they don't care to know their age or the age difference between them and the daughter-in-law. They will want to drag everything with the daughter-in-law because of what I may call skip in growth process.
Okay.
But is it right?
Would you?
Is it
Now, when
right?
we are talking about
No, I want him to throw. I want Christopher. Please throw more light.
Because
on
I am not even getting
the skip in the growth process. Let our viewers have a firm grasp of what you are trying to say.
Life growth is a process.
Yes.
For instance, if there is a particular stage of life that you've jumped in life, you have somehow you can't cheat nature. You must make up to it. So the same thing with social life. So if, for instance, you have imagined, maybe through the influence of social media or home videos, you imagine that one day you will also be sitting in front of cars, especially those people like Ramsey that romantically open doors for their wife to sit down. So as he opened the door for the wife to sit down, Mama will be there say, "Oh,
I never had this.
This is good.
I never had this."
So any day she comes to the city, she will like the son to even open the front door for her to sit.
But should it be, now my question is, should it be a cause for quarrels? Because we've seen stories on social media, we've seen a lot of scenarios play out where the daughter-in-law and the mother-in-law are struggling for the seat. That is what gave rise to this question. Struggling for it, making it look as though if the mother-in-law sits in front and the daughter-in-law sits at the back, the daughter-in-law ceases to be the wife.
Or
like
the mother.
Or the mother-in-law ceases to be the mother. Like the mother-in-law
as
is now,
if it's changing
becoming
nomenclature.
Yeah, like
Or
the mother-in-law.
Or the engine will knock.
The engine will knock.
Or the mother, no, sorry, Ramsey. Or the mother-in-law automatically now becomes the wife. Does sitting in the front seat now mean the mother-in-law is now married to her son?
Negation.
What are these? What are these? What are these?
That is why I
say
say skip in growth process. You can also call it negation of social growth.
So in this case, on the daughter-in-law or the mother-in-law?
In this case, for me, I see it on both of them. If not, if somebody sits, if the mother-in-law sits in the front of the car before she comes out of the house, why won't she go back?
There is something.
Why won't she go back and sit?
Misplace.
That is not their bed for
Let's don't misplace. Don't misplace this. There is a place for respect.
Respect over sitting in a car that will.
Let me tell you something.
Function is just to take you.
No, let me tell you something. When you see a mother-in-law and a wife fighting or struggling for who to sit in car, the problem didn't start there. There is something.
No, the problem may have started
there. Might
there.
Be,
that could be the genesis of their problem.
Before then, it could be that these two persons are not agreeing together. If not, if the mother sits first, there is nothing bad for the wife to sit at the back. And if the wife sits first, there is nothing bad if the mother sits at the back. If there is a common understanding between these two. And you just talked about the fact that she never had this enjoyment with her husband. What is bad if the man, takes the mother out and do all the needful for the mother? Open the door for her. Let her come in, necking,
I think in Ghana.
You put your hand on her shoulder. Mommy, guys, mommy is flexing. Buy things for her, make her feel good. And after the visit, she go back home. She's not living with you. So the issue of, temporary visit. The issue of, so if the wife have an understanding and the woman, maybe because she's coming from one village and she never had, in the village, there is this respect they give to sitting in front of car.
Like
you understand?
Owner,
so the back seat is even the owner's corner. They never knew. They don't know. But in that kind of situation, if they are in good terms, all right. In fact, the wife should even be excited. Say, see mama,
and hail her.
Mama, do you want to sit in front today? No, you go and sit in front.
For me, from my
own, it will be fun if the common understanding
from my own
is there and good relationship.
Point of view here is, as a lady, you have to understand that the visit of your mother-in-law is just temporary. Especially, maybe it can.
What if she's staying with them? Because there are a lot of scenarios. This is Nigeria. What if she's staying with them? Say, for instance, they got married. They are living in somewhere like Lagos or Abuja, and the mom is the the mother is the only one at the village or any other part of Nigeria, and for some reasons, maybe all the children are grown up, the last born is in uni, and they need someone to be with mama, and now you are the new couple. Do you understand? Because this is Nigeria. We don't throw our extended relatives away, or this is even your mother. You can't say, shut your door to your mother and say, mommy, you've stayed for 1 month, come and be going. You can't say, you can't do that.
Well, I understand, but as the man too, the husband and the son of these two women, you have a very, very big role to play. The role you are to play there now is for the role for both of them to know, but not to talk to them together. First, you have to talk to your wife for her to see that, first of all, that she is the wife, and also that mama may be going back. And in the case that she is going to stay with them permanently, she has to know, especially if the lady is an educated person. It's not for us to leave the house to go to church. After all, it's not going to be every time affair. Maybe it's Sunday kind of a thing. So let her enjoy. Very soon she will leave the house.
What is the enjoyment in sitting in front of
enjoy what she has already put in her mind.
It's psychological.
Exactly.
It's psychological.
So for me, I don't see anything wrong in either of them sitting in the front or in the back.
Okay.
And then at least you see, is there any rich man that sits in front of the car? So anybody that
they don't
sits
even
behind,
know those things. That's where the problem
is.
Then if you want, before you even carry your mother to come and live with you and your wife, it should be an arrangement, an agreement between you and your wife. You know, because if you just go and just carry your mother and say, okay, because only my mother is staying, let me carry her and come and stay with us, without the consent and the agreement and the arrangement between you and your wife, there might be some hiccup, except if there is a good relationship. Whether or not there is a good relationship between your wife and your mother, you should even bring your wife to the know, okay, that this is what, can we do this? Just
as a matter of fact, if you want to have a happy home, that's both the lady and the husband, first of all, you must make sure that your relationship is an open one, to the extent that the lady should be closer to your mom, should befriend your mom.
That is the first assignment.
Yes, she has to know your mom, befriend your mom. In fact, your wife should even be the one to say,
let mama come.
Let mama come and stay with us now. Stuff like that.
Well,
but in the situation,
we don't have time.
Such thing, when you look at it very well, at times you find out that if both mothers are alive, they will
take turns to come.
If the mother-in-law,
jealousy will step in.
Yeah, of course. If the mother-in-law to the guy is invited, maybe the daughter. You know, women have their way over their husband to manipulate. Romantically manipulate.
It's not manipulation.
They romantically
it's not manipulation. So, you are just suggesting.
What a woman cannot do to the husband does not exist.
That's the much you can take on today's viewpoints. It's not manipulation. Okay. So
this one has to do with women now.
It's not manipulation.
You are dodging away.
It's not manipulation. You are talking to your spouse, your partner.
They want their mother to come first.
It's not manipulation. That's where
even Christmas they will tell you anything you send to your mother as a man. Anything you send to your mother is what you send to my mother too.
It's a wrap. So we've heard, our darling viewers, we've heard that the front seat doesn't necessarily negate your position or role as the mother-in-law or the wife or the husband. So families, the husband has a very key role to play in this scenario. You have to make sure that your mother and your wife peacefully coexist. They mustn't be at loggerheads, and you must always communicate with your wife, because if you give her this impression that you are neglecting her, you are disrespecting her, you're making her feel not welcomed in her home, that is when she would have reasons to want to say, oh, your mom should go sit at the back seat, your mom should sit at the front. The back seat or the front seat, the vehicle will still get to its destination.
Such could be reactional.
And yeah, the vehicle will still get to its destination, and there is no cause for rancor. So that's the much we can take on today's episode of Viewpoints. Thank you so much for watching. Ramsey, thank you for adding your thoughts to this conversation. Thank you, Christopher, for sharing your thoughts. And to our wonderful viewers, please give this video a thumbs up if you thoroughly enjoyed it. And also, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our other videos, and follow us across all the social media platforms at Oweleke TV.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.